Hello everyone, this is Dr. Joy Wu. Today I would like to talk to you about the springtime life nourishment. So springtime life nourishment, there are several principles and we want to let you know how to do it for your health. This is the word for Chinese caricature meaning spring. So pronunciation as a 春天, so that is the springtime. So in the springtime, when you go to the outside, you can see the nature. Everything is become green, and the new budding grow in the trees, and flowers start to blooming. Everything become new, generating. So when you apply to our body at this time also germinating, generating new energy. So this new energy we call the 少阳 energy. It's the energy can helping your body to generate new cells, repairing tissues. In Chinese medicine, we say springtime, and corresponding to the heaven qi is called the wind qi. Is applying to our body, it will connect to the liver and the gallbladder channels and the organs. When it corresponding to the earth qi, we call the wood qi or wood element. So combined together, applying to our health, our body, is related to the liver and the gallbladder organs and the liver and the gallbladder channels. So gallbladder channel around the body on the lateral side, liver channel is from the internal side of your leg, start between your big toe and the second toe. So those the channel energy flows. So in the springtime, if you experiencing the ribcage pain, distension that is due to the wood qi or liver gallbladder qi to excess inside your body, which also means you have a blockage where there's a problem or not a free flow in your liver gallbladder channel or organs. So now I'm teaching you the principle, how can we cleansing our liver gallbladder at the springtime. So due to the springtime, it's connect to the wood qi, connect to our liver gallbladder. It is also the time our liver gallbladder start to active in the spring times. So it's the time then we need to cleansing and to regenerate liver gallbladder tissue in the springtime. After long winter time, cold winter time, we can see everything's become very quiet. And your body also in the state of inactive state. So winter time, if you remember, you like to eat those beans, eating heavy food. And the beans are considered very nutritional food, have a high protein content. So it can store the energy in the body. So winter time, we eat heavy food. We stored a lot of energy inside the body, just like we like to eat the seed. So however, in the springtime, everything starts to germinate. So the energy we stored in the winter time, in the springtime, start to become active and to helping your body regenerate. And this is how we using cosmic energy to synchronize our human body, to allowing our body itself has its rhythm to regenerate tissues in the cells. So in the modern biology, And we learn that the seed contains stored food in the cotyledons into providing energy and the materials for growth. So that's most of the food for a human are from the seeds, such as wheat. We eat wheat and the rice, corns. So they are all from the seeds, and they are the most energy content substance or material for our body to use. So after the winter time, and our body need to active to start a new cycle of regenerated tissues and to be alive. And we can also see in the seed, if we germinate them, and here we see some examples. I will introduce you of each beans and what's their property. So springtime, and the seed start to germinate. So during the seed germination, and in the biology we learn, so we see the amylase that can break down the starch into maltose and allowing for the formation of ATP. So it generates ATP as an energy for cell growth and expansion. And also there are proteinases, which are used to break down proteins into amino acid and for the synthesis of new cells and tissues. There, of course, have a lipase. There are many enzymes and will become active and during this germination state. So then we can see there also a great amount of a hormone also generated or produced to allow the plant to grow big and tall. So that same thing happens to our own body, human body. We can see kids, if they're from babies and to a child, every year you can see they grow so much. And only adult, after you stabilize, you don't see the big growing changes. But however, our body every year or every month, every day, we have old cells die, where old tissue dies, and old blood cell dies, and new cells generate. So we need using this energy and to helping the body regenerate. If we still have this great energy for body to regenerate, we don't feeling old. Okay, so the energy is come from the food we eat. Now let's talk about the springtime and what's the proper food we should eat at this time. So as we mentioned, those are beans have stored a lot of energies in this, and when they germinating, it will generate new energy, new nutrition factors that good for the body. So in the springtime, we need those growth and enzymes and all kinds of enzymes to activate stored energy we had in the winter time to repair the old tissues, old cells, and regenerate the body. So our body, every tissue have a stem cells. That is the time start to germinate, just like the new budding leaves and new grass and on the soil. It start to germinate. Our body also at this time it start to germinate. So this is the good time to eat the sprouts. Sprouts is the food for the springtime. Okay, let's talk about the sprouts and the different type of the beans. And you can see there are different colors of beans. There are yellow color, yellow beans or soybeans, black beans, red beans, mung beans or green beans. So each of the beans, if in the modern way of labeling, as food labeling, you're hardly to tell you what differences between these beans. And they will tell you the content of the proteins and lipid, sugars, carbohydrate. So they are all rich in protein. Maybe soybeans, the most richest protein content seed we have. So in Chinese medicine, we treating the food as a herb as a food. So each of these beans, they have a different property and action, and the nutrient value is for the body. So they function differently. Just looking at the color, so the yellow color, it will relate it to the earth element that was related to spleen and the stomach of our body. So the soybean definitely benefit spleen, stomach more. They are neutral or a little bit warm. And so in the Korean restaurant, you can see eating a lot of soybean sprout. Mung bean sprout or mung beans, they're green colors. So it's agree or naturally related to liver, gallbladder. They are wood element. And these beans, they are cool in nature. So mung bean or the little green beans, and also has the function to detox of food poisoning. If you ever suspect you have a food poisoning situation, you can grasp a handful of mung bean and put in the pot and boiling water as tea. So you can drink the water and eat the beans right away. Food poisoning or any toxin in your body can be reduced. So this is a very good home remedy for you to take care of yourself if you run into food poisoning conditions. So because they're cold in nature, so they can clear liver, gallbladder, heat, and fire. And we can see in the Asian restaurant or Chinese supermarket, you can buy the bean sprout often. So that can be eaten all year long. It can clear the heat of the body. The red beans, we actually have less time eating the bean sprout from the red beans. This seems a little bit hard to germinate comparison to the mung beans. So red color is associated with the blood, heart. So they do have the action to cleansing the blood, cleansing the old blood, helping the blood moving, and they can also tonify or nourishing the blood. So all these beans, besides they have their own unique feature, after they germinate, they all have this common property can helping the body regenerate the tissues. And the black bean is associated with the kidney, and it's tonified kidney. So people, especially elder people, can eat this black bean every day. That can keep their hair black. If we also germinate the black bean, it can become sprout. So it's not only can nourishing kidney, but also can helping our body, especially kidney, to regenerate in that area. Okay, so those are the food we just finished talking about. And any fresh greens or leaves, if you know they are edible, it's the time to eat in the springtime. So eating anything fresh from the ground, the earth. You can harvesting this earth's energy into your body. If we are able to eat the food directly from the trees we pick or from the soil we pick, so it contains this fresh energy, can directly transfer to our human body. And anything, food, if they stored inside the refrigerator, they actually already to reduce their quality of the energy, and they adding the cold energy to the food. We will talk about the coldness and the cold, cooling, heat, warm nature of the food in the next topic in some other days. So back to the springtime. So it's the time we say the 少阳, the minor yang energy start to generate inside the body. So it's the time we don't have abundant yang energy yet. So this is the time people should keep their clothes warm. Do not rush take off your clothes. So to preserve this yang energy, to allow it to manifest, to helping your body regenerate. So people like to rush take off clothes and to getting cold air that can actually injure your body yang energy. So this is one thing you need to consider.